We are here today with Aud Mason-Hyde, who stars in Jimpa, Frameline's opening film on June 18th at the Tony Renbury Theater. I'm so excited to be talking to you, Aud.
Likewise, I'm stoked to be here.
Because Frameline is the longest queer festival, I need to know, what was your last dream and what did it mean?
Wow, that's a really good question. I think I was having a dream about, I was holding a tray of baked goods and I was walking through a huge party and sort of offering them out to people, but no one would take any. And actually I know that because my mum and I are staying in the same hotel room, and she told me that I was talking in the night, and apparently I was talking about the weight of these baked goods. And I don't exactly know what that is meant to mean. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that I'm offering something to the world and hoping they take it.
Okay, this brings us into the game we're going to play today. We're going to play Truth or Dare.
Brilliant.
So, Aud, Truth or Dare?
Truth.
I'll start with an easy one, I guess. Is Olivia Colman vying for Cate Blanchett's gay icon?
Yes and no. I think yes, and also maybe she's already got it.
That's what I'm saying. It's been slipping. It's been there.
I would just have to say, like, she's so dedicated to working with queer people in this way that is like genuine and not fawning and not, it's kind of amazing, and she talks about it and it's like out and loud, and I think that's really impressive. And also she's just is an icon already, so you put those things together and I think she's there.
Yeah, was working with her, I like playing your mom. How was that process with her, sort of getting comfortable enough to reach that?
I mean, it was amazing. In a lot of ways, what's really funny about the film is that Olivia Colman plays my mum, but obviously my real mum directed the film. And so it was this interesting thing of having sort of two mothers in one room in the rehearsal room. And we rehearse a lot on mum's films, and ended up doing like 3 full weeks of rehearsal across the whole shoot. And so you do all of these brilliant sort of playful tasks with each other. We're writing each other letters and telling each other secrets. And I remember we were tasked to go on this huge walk through Vondelpark in Amsterdam and sort of just walked around for 2.5 hours talking to each other and like finding quiet little corners to sing each other songs and things like that. She's such a joyful, light person, and she knows how to have fun. And then, you're sort of laughing about farts or something, and then she switches into the scene and you're like, oh Jesus, I'm meant to be crying right now. Oh, okay. It's like that. So no, it was a total joy.
Okay, so here we're going round 2, Truth or Dare?
Dare.
I dare you to text Sophie Hyde, your mom, this exact thing. In the next one, we need 2 of me. It's about time for a trans parent trap.
Okay, I'm doing it. Ooh, this is good.
Okay, while we wait for that, Truth or Dare?
Truth.
This film feels like sort of like a conjuring of familial quality time. If you were to conjure an iconic 3-generational crossover with anyone, who would it be?
Like anyone in the world?
Anyone in the world.
Oh, wow. Gosh. Okay, I think I would get Oscar Wilde.
Ooh.
Audre Lorde.
Yes.
And me. In a room.
Sure, that's the given. That's such a good pick. Okay, Truth or Dare?
Dare. I'm just going one and then the other.
Perfect. I dare you to give me your best and worst Jimpa coded advice.
Do I have to say which is best and which is worst?
No, you can we can decide.
Okay. Okay, the best way to learn about sex is by having it. Mm-hmm. That's the first piece of advice. Mm-hmm. And the second piece of advice is that it's okay to say hurtful things to other people knowingly. Those are my 2 pieces. And you can decide what you think.
I don't know which one's which. They could be a bit of each, a bit of both.
I think they're a bit of both each. I know. I want people to guess.
I do too. I want to get. I'll have to like sit with it. I have. Let's see. I have one more truth left. So truth or truth.
Truth. I'm gonna have to.
Good choice.
That was the second.
I feel like showing your work at all in general, whether you're in it, whether you made it, there's like a vulnerability, and I feel like with such a beautiful festival run you've had, that vulnerability must be, at another level as well. But does it add also that this is a story that's so close to you and your mom, and working, it's sort of like a family project in a way? Like, does that heighten that sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's this sort of infinitely interesting thing, the vulnerability that we have as artists, and then as actors or performers, and then especially as trans and queer people. It's such an interesting thing. Some of the other work that I do in the world is public speaking and sort of rehashing my kind of childhood coming out story again and again and again. And in so many ways that feels more explicitly personal.
Mm-hmm.
And yet it's less vulnerable because it's this kind of version that is, almost tutorial to the world. Whereas a film is so much more intimate and known and felt. And I think playing a fictional version of myself in so many ways was kind of like inner child therapy. It's how I always describe it. Like, I had to go to work every day as a 16-year-old version of myself, as written by my mum, and so it's this odd thing where Frances is so unlike me in so many ways, and yet so similar, and I think that's what it's kind of something that I'm still realizing about the film. The more that I watch it, or the more that I watch audiences view it, is that each of the characters, like the story that actually happens, is so fictional. It's so not the case of our family. But for a lot of the characters, the emotional truth of who they are is so similar to life. And so I probably won't watch the film again, but I watched the film last week with an audience and had this sort of moment of realization about, I think, how important the character of Frances will be to me into the future, not just in the past. And it was this strange thing of like, there's this beautiful line in the film, where Jim says, "You don't know if you can sing until you sing." And he's referencing sex and sexuality, but it's this beautiful thing of like, you actually don't know what an experience is going to be like until you try it, and you don't know what it's going to feel like. And, you could expect something to be incredible, and it could be, or it could be, really middling or horrible. And I think what's been amazing about doing the film is that it is so vulnerable. It's beautiful that you said that. I feel very seen by that, because it is. It's like my actual physical body portraying a fictional younger version of myself. And then you add on all these layers of going into the world as a trans person, and sort of the, maybe the inherent violence in some capacity of being perceived, or navigating systems of power. And also the immense privilege that I hold navigating those systems, and how often it goes a lot better for me than even I expect of myself and my own experience, while simultaneously going so horribly for other people. And so it's interesting, like, it's about our family, this film, in a real way. It's about, and then we also made it by building this huge family, as you do on every film, of collaborators and creatives who really brought them their whole selves and their whole hearts. And in the end, it's been a very sincere project. And I think that the world needs sincerity right now, and also is perhaps more so than I've ever experienced, in a moment where the culture is quite cynical and quite cruel. And so that sincerity can very easily, or that love can very easily, be torn down and shot down. And so it's this beautiful feeling of holding a tray of baked goods. No, but it's like holding yourself out to the world, and going, okay, here I am, I'm ready, here's my film, here's my character, here's my body, here's my image, here's my transness, here's my queerness. What are you going to do with it? Like, are you going to I have open arms. Are you going to embrace me? What are you going to do? So yeah, it's vulnerable and it's scary, but it's also, you know, how lucky are we to be feeling such big things? It's pretty magic.
It is pretty magic. And I'm excited for you. You're coming to Frameline, right?
I'll be there.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for everyone to get to talk to you. You're so well spoken. I'm super excited for everyone to hear.
Oh, good. I'm excited to talk more about the film.
But thank you so much. And have a
Thank
good rest of
you.
your day.
This has been great fun. Thanks so much, Aidan.